True Jackson VP, man. Finally. It been like, what, a month since I said I was about to do this video, man? That's crazy. But True Jackson, man, a show about a 15-year-old girl who gets hired on the spot as VP of a high-end fashion company. The show dropped in 08, a year after iCarly, and instantly got pushed to the side, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, it got love, but compared to the Dan Schneider shows, I swear, man, if the show ain't made by Dan Schneider, it's instantly getting pushed to the back burner, man. Nickelodeon ain't give her the proper love, man. It's alright, we're gonna do it here. Cause I truly feel like this show was in the lane of its own, man. With its characters, story, and vibe. True Jackson is truly underrated. And in this video, we're gonna give this show the proper love it deserves, man. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I've got a plan.
Is it a good one?
Nope.
Now, usually with every popular Nickelodeon show, all their characters usually follow a certain archetype. You got the straight man, the weirdo, the geek, the bully, the cool dude, and the stupid one. And although True Jackson is not opposed to these archetypes, they handle it in a way that makes it unique and stand out. For instance, let's start off with the title character herself, man, True Jackson, who can be considered the straight man of the series. But with that, she's also the kindest person you will ever see on Nickelodeon. I'm being for real, man. And I'm not talking cartoonish kind like with sunshine and rainbows all around her. I mean, she's genuinely kind, compassionate, thoughtful, forgiving, well-spoken, and well-mannered. Like, this chick was raised right, man. And she's often told that what she has is luck. Like, there's no way that she can just acquire these great things on her own. When in reality, that couldn't be further from the truth. People who move in this type of energy naturally attract great opportunities, naturally attract people around them. People like Lulu, True's best friend. Lulu's also a break from the mold, because if you just look at her on the surface, you would think she's the dumb character of the group, being easily distracted, bringing up random things that hold no weight to the conversation. But the more you watch, the more you figure out that this chick is a literal genius, man. Like, this chick got straight A's in school, man. She's an honor student. She gets taught stocks, instantly masters it. She becomes an accountant, clears the work. She even figured out an equation nobody qualified to could solve. Genius. Thing about Lulu is, yes, she's a genius, but she's also very simple-minded. She proves time and time again that she can do the work, but 9 times out of 10 she lollygags, and it makes her come off as very irresponsible. Now, somebody who's just straight up irresponsible is Ryan. He could be considered the weird one of the show. Ryan is the wild, typical dude friend of the group. If you came to the show looking for gross-out humor, he's your dude. He's your guy. Ryan is really the only one where there's not too much to him. Like, what you see is what you get for real. I mean, he'll occasionally have his passions like skateboarding, computer design, females. Other than the female part, the rest of those just fade away. The next person we have is Amanda. Now, Amanda is straight up the bully of the show. From the first scene she shows up in, she lets it be known that she does not like True. This chick is stank, uptight, and bougie all the way around, man. Now, as the show goes on, she does get less mean, more caring, and eventually becomes someone that True could come to for advice whenever she needs it. Another person who could fill that role of advisor is Max, the owner of Mad Styles. Now, Max is kind of weird, but I already used weird, but it doesn't matter, I'm gonna use it again. Cause he is a little weird, man. But he's also very spontaneous, shown by when he just hired True on the spot after only talking to her for like 15 seconds. Max is the definition of I do what I want because I can. If he wanna fire somebody just for existing, he gonna do it. But like I said earlier, what comes with that spontaneousness is also a very loving and understanding person, being the main one everybody comes to for advice and life lessons. Next we got Oscar, who's the other straight man of the show, because everybody else got a gimmick to him while Oscar is just sitting there in the middle of the office and just gotta deal with everybody else's mess. So, and last but not least we got Jay. I mean, his name ain't Jay, but I forgot it, so it's Jay today. Now, Jay's the cool dude of the show, man. And he's also Max's nephew and True's main love interest of the show. Bro's a proud drummer of a band nobody knows about, and also has a weird obsession with Mel. Now, outside of the main cast, we do have our side characters, like Mikey J, who's Lulu's boyfriend. He weird, little bit, you know what I'm saying? But he cool dude, he a cool dude. Then we got Kelsey, who just stank, bro. Like, I can't stand her attitude, man. Now, something this show does that I love is that it lets its characters grow, but in a subtle way. Like, they don't outright tell you that this person changed, this is what happened to this character. Like, you just see it throughout the show that, oh, they used to do this, now they doing this, now they starting to do this. Like, it's a gradual change, and I love that. Like, for instance, I already said Amanda becomes more caring, but also True becomes more abrasive throughout her time working at Mad Styles. Lulu becomes more responsible as True's assistant. This show truly knows how to treat their characters, truly knows how to make them unique and stand out. And when you have a unique cast, you could put them in stories that might be typical of a Nickelodeon show and still have it stand out because it's the characters that we care about. But speaking of the stories,
Hey, that's
story. Oh, yeah.
The story of True Jackson is a story of perseverance. In the beginning, we start off with a happy-go-lucky True, ecstatic to have a high-end job, working for one of the biggest fashion brands in the world. She's walking around in that place like any kid would, happy-go-lucky, thinking everything's all fun and games, and completely naive. But that naiveness quickly fades as she gets hit with a heavy workload and co-workers who constantly belittle her. And for a moment, she's ready to give up. But then, just moments before quitting, she manages to do what she does best, and that's use her mind, change her perspective, and pushes through, giving us our first glimpse of her perseverance. And throughout the series, she's shown time and time again being faced with a challenge and pushing through no matter what. She gets faced with something that seems impossible to everybody else, and she makes it happen. Now, although she does these things, she's not perfect. She's shown time and time again failing. But what makes her a character to root for is that she gets back up. It's with this type of resolve and perseverance that you see her level up over time, getting to work on a project she dreamt of for years, creating her very own scent of perfume, and through her feats becoming a celebrity in the fashion world. All of this leading up to the series finale, where Max hands over the company to True, making her the new owner of Mad Styles. The story of True Jackson shows that with a kind heart, direct intentions, a creative mind, and a spirit of perseverance, anything is possible. I just turned into a picture, man. Let's move to the next part.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get a beat?
When I turn on the episode of True Jackson, the first thing I notice is his bright and bubbly nature. Like, it just got that fun and wholesome vibe to it, man. Unlike them CHILDISH.NATURE shows that just be mean-spirited for no reason. And when I say wholesome, I mean you can tell all of these characters truly care about each other. Like, nobody walks around with pure ill intent. Except for Amanda, of course, and Max, but only the co-woman. But besides that, this is by far the most wholesome live-action Nick show I've ever seen. And as for the fun and bubbly side of the vibes, mainly coming from the set, with the lighting being the first thing I noticed. This is the only show on Nickelodeon that looked like this, with the lighting more resembling a soap opera than anything. Also with the colors of the set being a bright spring shade that gives off a cool and welcoming vibe. And with spring being a sign of new beginnings, they truly couldn't have picked a better show to use this type of aesthetic. And it's wild that even the guest stars match the vibe of the show. With Lil Bieber, Natasha Bedingfield, even Care Bears on fire. Y'all remember them? Matter of fact, don't answer it. I already know you don't. I already know. On August 20th, 2011, Nickelodeon would air the final episode of True Jackson. And with the show going off air, everybody's memory of it slowly started to fade. But True Jackson did leave a legacy behind her with a real-life Mad Styles clothing brand, sold exclusively at Walmart, and one of the best theme songs to ever come out of Nickelodeon. It's literally top 5, and it ain't 4 or 5. Another Nickelodeon theme song that's up there with True is Taina. You don't know what Taina is? Go watch this video and find out.